Now on CoastTV News.
A Seaford student's arrest prompts a weapons detection system at the school. What police say happened.
Road safety, why locals are demanding increased safety measures at the Route 1 Cave Neck intersection.
There's information on the shocking numbers related to overdoses here in Sussex County. The newest numbers now available to the public.
Troubling deaths and decline in one Delmarva fish. What's being done and why it's urgent.
And we have some scattered showers sliding our way just in time, unfortunately, for the weekend.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
New information on the shocking overdose spike in Sussex County. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to our news at 11. We begin tonight with the latest news on the sudden spike in overdoses we're seeing here in southern Delaware.
State police are now investigating two possible deaths from overdoses that appear to be resistant to Narcan. That's the drug that helps counteract the effect of an overdose. Organizations
that help people with addiction are working to prepare their visitors and say this new overdose trend is terrifying. Coast TV's Charles Reinert has the latest details.
Stocking up on Narcan in Georgetown. State police say there are now 73 suspected cases of this stronger overdose variant, where people require more care and longer hospital stays than other overdose patients. A majority of those cases have come out of Millsboro, Milford, and Georgetown. And all 73 cases have happened since April 26th.
Knowing that this is a one-shot time and maybe you just won't come back from it, it's very scary.
At Higher Ground Outreach, an organization that helps people with addiction in Georgetown, Lou Hernandez says they have all hands on deck to help their visitors.
Just re-educating them on how to use the opioid kit. We have a lot here that we've been giving the last few days, spiking up on training people on how to use it. We are a training center, so we're able to train individuals on the use.
State police now say the drug causing these overdoses is believed to be a mixture of 5 different substances, including fentanyl and xylazine. And that combination of drugs is proving to be stronger than Narcan treatments, which has Jill Friedel, a board member of Attack Addiction, worried.
What was your first initial thought or reaction when you were hearing about this overdose being seemingly more potent than other overdoses?
That's a scary proposition, Charles, to think that something, we thought it was bad when fentanyl arrived on the scene because that's so much more potent than heroin. And now to have something that maybe possibly is more potent than either one of them is a very scary proposition.
This stark spike in overdoses comes less than a month after the Delaware Division of Forensic Science reported Delaware's first decrease in overdose deaths in the last 10 years. But these new numbers and this new drug cocktail have seemingly erased any progress that was being made up to this point.
Back here at Higher Ground Outreach, Hernandez told me that they are certified to teach people on how to use Narcan and that they are hoping for the best and hoping for this crisis to be done soon. I'm Charles Reiner in Georgetown, Coast TV News.
And this brings us into our Coast TV poll tonight. We want to know, how should local authorities address the rise in unusual overdoses?
Let's look at the updated results from earlier tonight. On your screen here, it looks like the majority, 47%, say increase police, 26% say hospital resources, 21% say drug safety education, and then just 6% voted for community groups.
And those numbers have bounced around a little bit. Increased police has been in the lead, but the other ones have fluctuated. If you haven't voted yet, you still can. CoastTV.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. New tonight, a Seaford High School student was arrested today after they were found with a gun and a knife following a routine disciplinary search. As you can imagine, this prompted a quick reaction from the school's resource officer and the Seaford Police Department. The student, who is identified as 18-year-old Fernando Etienne, was charged and released on his own recognizance. And in response to this discovery, the school has announced that it's going to be implementing a weapons detection system on campus starting tomorrow.
Taking a live look outside into Salisbury. I've been loving this warm weather we've been having this week, so let's check in with everyone's best friend this week, First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams.
Yeah, everybody. I'm sorry. My co-anchors do the best. They go now. They want to treat me nice, like I'm going to change the weather for them because they have weekend plans. No, I'm the Grinch that stole your weekend. How's that? All right, Bayelder and Milford, 72 degrees right now. And all of you now have the unfortunate consequences of dealing with my anger with them, right? Temperatures falling into the mid-60s with partly cloudy skies. I do not control the weather, I'm joking. But we do have a small craft advisory that we want to tell you about. 25-mile-per-hour wind gust actually for us right around the Cambridge area. That's going to continue going into late tonight, early tomorrow. Overall, we're pretty quiet for right now, but we have rain that's on the way. And while we're talking about that, while I'm making you miserable, why not just finish the thing out? Trees and grasses, they're higher for our sneezecast, and that's not getting any better either, Mallory.
Well, thank you. Here along the coast, tomorrow, Senate candidate and current Representative Lisa Blunt Rochester will be in Lewis. The Congresswoman will be hosting a senior constituent resource fair. More than 20 federal and state agencies and community organizations will be on hand. All of this will be held at the Lewis Senior Activity Center from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. The event is free of charge. Some of the groups that will be on hand include representatives from the Social Security Administration and the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services.
I'm Madeline Overturf. Here's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. Dorchester County is considering changing and adding some fees. According to a release from Council, the fees would be for various county services. A public hearing is scheduled for Tuesday, May 28th. There's a railroad upgrade heading to Salisbury. Crews will be working on the crossing at Carroll Street and Route 13. The city says work should last until May 14th, and crews will work from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Our area's Fisheries Commission is looking into why a number of striped bass are dying after being caught and released. They'll also reduce commercial harvest. That's a look at just some of the things happening across Delmarva. I'm Madeline Overturf.
There is a lot going on at the Route 1 Cave Neck Road intersection, especially during rush hour and the summertime. Turning off of Route 1 to get to Cave Neck Road can be dangerous, although there are a few signs indicating to drivers coming south that they must look multiple times before crossing the Route 1 Cave Neck intersection. People say that's not enough.
And then if you have a car behind you, some people start honking at you, go, go, go. But the person who is in the front, they can't do it. You know, you have to be patient.
DelDOT has plans to build an overpass at that intersection, but construction won't begin until spring 2026. Since major accidents have happened at this intersection, people want something to be done before it's too late.
New tonight, Delaware lawmakers have introduced a piece of legislation that they claim would safeguard something that is called 340B drug pricing program. Now, for everybody that's unfamiliar with that, it's a program that was established back in 1992, and it mandates that drug manufacturers provide outpatient medications at discounted rates to organizations that serve disadvantaged people. So why do they need the safeguards? Well, in recent years, some drug manufacturers and distributors have put restrictions on some of those specific drugs. HB 383 is an attempt to bar those restrictions. 30 other states have already taken similar steps. This bill is now in committee for review, and we will keep an eye on the progress. For more than 50 years, marijuana has been classified as one of the most dangerous drugs in the United States.
It's been listed alongside other substances like heroin and MDMA, the key ingredient in ecstasy and Molly. But in a historic move, the Biden administration is recommending that marijuana be reclassified as a lower risk drug.
Ivan Rodriguez has the impact of what this could potentially mean.
A potentially historic reversal.
Through decades of messaging and propaganda, we really created a major stigma around cannabis. So it became harder for politicians to recognize they were wrong.
The recommendation to lower marijuana to a Schedule III drug comes with the support of the U.S. Food and Drug Administration's Controlled Substance Agency because it meets 3 criteria: a lower potential for abuse than other substances, currently accepted medical use and treatment, and a low or moderate risk of physical dependence in people who abuse it.
It's going to help cannabis businesses operate like every other business in America.
State licensed cannabis dispensaries and retail shops are expected to generate $32.1 billion in sales this year, according to estimates from MJ Biz, an industry trade publication. Rescheduling marijuana could open new economic avenues and new opportunities for research.
I think we've not even come close to realizing the medical potential of cannabis.
But the manufacture, distribution, and possession of recreational marijuana would remain illegal under federal law, a reason for the reintroduction of the Cannabis Administration and Opportunity Act, relaunched by senators Thursday. If passed by Congress and signed into law, it would end federal cannabis prohibition and expunge criminal records of people with low-level marijuana offenses.
It's past time for Congress to catch up with public opinion and to catch up with the science.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
It could be several months before we see an actual change. The formal rulemaking process is lengthy and typically includes a public comment period. If we do see it play out and the proposal becomes finalized in the coming months, it would drastically change how we view marijuana.
And speaking of marijuana, here in Delaware, the Office of Marijuana Commissioner has released new proposed regulations for the adult use recreational marijuana industry. Delawareans who are 21 or older can now legally use recreational marijuana, and these rules will help manage the industry effectively. The proposed regulations cover licensing, safety checks, social equity businesses, and a retail sales tax. The public is invited to review and comment on these regulations all the way up until the end of this month, May 31st.
Sunday is Cinco de Mayo, and Maryland State Police are ramping up enforcement efforts. That includes DUI saturation patrols and high visibility enforcement. You can expect to see more police on U.S. routes 1350 and 301 and Maryland Route 413. Troopers say impaired driving saturation funds from the Maryland Department of Transportation Highway Safety Office are helping pay for the increased enforcement.
Rough week? Cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV. You can subscribe to the Coast TV Feel Good Friday newsletter. You just scan this QR code on your screen right now. The newsletter has personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more, all sent straight to your inbox each Friday morning. And we are just getting started here this evening.
Off to the races, the local event that celebrates this weekend's big Kentucky Derby, who it raises money for.
And we also take a look at the 33rd annual Spring Fest in Ocean City, what you need to know before heading that way.
And the Bay forecast. Hey, we're taking a look at Cambridge, 60 on Friday, 57 on Saturday, and we're looking for scattered showers on Sunday at 72. Crisfield, same situation with scattered showers and 72 degrees with your Bay forecast. We'll have your complete Delmarva forecast back in just 60 seconds.
Join Planet Fitness and get energized with fitness that fits your budget. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. All in the judgment-free zone. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, May 10th.
Social Security and Medicare aren't just handed to us.
We've earned them. Hour by hour. Day by day.
Paycheck by paycheck.
They aren't plans. They're a promise. Made to every American. Every American.
And we're not gonna let anyone
break it.
Break it.
Break it.
Neither will I. And you can consider that a promise too. David Trone will stand up to Republicans looking to strip the safety net seniors depend on. And there's no backing down.
I'm David Trone, and I approve this message.
Join Planet Fitness and get energized with fitness that fits your budget. Never intimidating, always free fitness training and equipment for every workout. All in the judgment-free zone. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends Friday, May 10th.
On one hand, it's been a really wonderful run of warm and unusually hot weather. On the other hand, we got to get back to reality here, even if we might not like it. And with the springtime comes spring showers, and that's the reality check that we'll be riding over this weekend. So our Bay Health camera in Milford, 72 degrees with the winds at about 8 miles per hour. We'll settle into the mid-60s by 3 o'clock with partly cloudy skies. Generally speaking, we're looking pretty quiet for the entire Delmarva Peninsula, with the exception of being a small craft advisory that's been initiated for us around Avalon, Bellevue, Cornerstone, Madison, Cambridge area, watching out for about 20 mile per hour winds there and staying pretty steady until about, let's say, 6 o'clock Friday evening. But overall, we're still staying relatively quiet here, widen the scope of it. It's going to stay quiet. Now, with our sneezecast, we're at a high level And as you take a look at our day part forecast, we're looking for 2 to 4 p.m. for our temperatures to stay moderate for us. We had lows of 55 degrees, and overall with our Lewis camera, it's not cooperating with me, but you know what? I'm starting to get used to this by now. I love technology, don't you? 72 degrees in Rehoboth and Lewis, 70 degrees in Milton, Redding, as well as Georgetown, and we're staying clear. Now, over to our west, once again, we're looking for very gusty winds there, but the low pressure system and the frontal boundary is to our north and staying out of the way. We had a high today of 88 degrees, which is 2 degrees away from the record of 90. 50 starting in the morning time for Friday. By the afternoon, we still stay in the afternoon with 50s. Now, Saturday's a little different. Winds are out of the east at 7 o'clock. We watch out for a little rain to move in our direction by mid-morning, just prior to lunchtime, more scattered showers. Then we just stay cloudy in general from Broad Kill down towards Fenwick Island. That's how that's looking. From Ocean Pines down to Chincoteague, Friday we start off in the 50s, go to the mid-50s by Friday afternoon with just a sliver of cloud cover over Newark. Friday night, 50 degrees. Saturday, we start off with splotchy and scattered showers at 7:30. That pattern continues till about, let's say, 11:30. Then it clears out in time for us for Sunday. And the amount of rain holds off until we get to like Monday going into Tuesday, when we start accumulating more than an inch and a quarter. Once again, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday for that. So when you take a look at the next 3 days, we stay a bit on the cloudy side, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Assateague. Same holds true for us at Ocean City, South Bethany, 57, 64, 68, but staying cloudy all 3 days. Limited sunshine, and then we're looking out for the rain to break out in Dewey Beach and Cape Henlopen on Sunday. Finally, here's a look at your Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling extended forecast. Now, I can't rule out the chance of a sprinkle or two on Saturday, but Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, those look like sure bets for showers.
Thank you, Paul. Southern Delaware Therapeutic Riding is saddling up for its Kentucky Derby watch party on Saturday. The annual event raises money for the horse therapy program. Attendees can sip on a signature mint julep while watching the live coverage on the big screen in the horse arena. There will be games, a live auction, and more, all from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. this Saturday.
We bring our horses out from all the stall area, and we have them come out. We call it a parade. They do a circle. We have an auctioneer, and you get to bid on which horse you actually think is going to win the Kentucky Derby. So we will be putting numbers that match the Kentucky Derby onto our own horses.
I'm going to be back this year as the event MC, and I get to judge the Crazy Hats and Crazy Pants contests. You can also watch the Kentucky Derby on CoastTV. Coverage starts at 2:30 p.m. Saturday.
A little more fun here. Musical tunes from a variety of genres are flowing through the inlet parking lot. The 33rd annual Springfest started today in Ocean City, along with food, music, everything going on there at the event. Be ready to see over 200 vendors showcasing their own products and creations, and to name only a few, there's wooden birdhouses, personalized light stands, and glassware to browse. Every vendor there is looking forward to this weekend.
I'm very happy, and I have a really nice turn up so far in those first 2 hours, and it's great to be here.
With the 33rd Spring Fest already going off to a great start, you can experience it yourself either tomorrow or this weekend. And still to come, clothing optional on this cruise? I guess maybe bring extra sunscreen, more coverage area? We have the details.
And next, IRS audits who the tax man has in his sights as the organization adds more people to police tax cheats.
For 30 years, I've been fighting for Maryland.
The man with the guts to stand up to Biden, Robin Ficker.
Biden's let 7.2 million illegals into our country. That's more than all of Maryland. I'll stand with President Trump to secure the border, declare war on the cartels, and ban welfare for illegals.
Veteran, conservative fighter, Robin Ficker for Senate.
I'm Robin Ficker, and I approve this message.
The world's #1 selling farm tractor. Easy to operate and more powerful than your average tractor. Mahindra tractors. Push more, pull more, lift more. With more torque and lower engine maintenance, Mahindra tractors are rugged and tough. We know how much you love your land, so we want you to love your tractor. Get your next Mahindra tractor today. Southern States of Milford, improving farming and improving life. Rooted since 1948.
The most incredible shopping on the beach. Blooming Boutique. Fashion, jewelry, and accessories as cool as an ocean breeze. You'll love this place. We put a smile on your face. You'll love this place. It's Blooming Boutique. Fashion, jewelry, accessories, and
Visit Blooming Boutique with 4 convenient locations, 2 in downtown Lewis, Long Neck, and Milford.
Have you been putting off correcting your smile?
Consider Smiles Correct Clear Aligners from Tillman Orthodontics.
We'll reach out to your insurance for you.
And provide interest-free in-house financing.
I got free financing and made easy monthly payments.
Smiles Correct aligners are made right here at Tillman Orthodontics.
Unlike other clear aligners, at Tillman Orthodontics, the materials, the contours, and the treatment plans are fully customizable.
A customized plan just for me.
Did the sun come out or is it my smile?
You can only get Smiles Correct at Tillman Orthodontics, so call today.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
The Internal Revenue Service is planning to clamp down on tax cheating among the very wealthy. The agency says it will increase audits on people who earn more than $10 million from 11% to 16.5% by 2026. As for businesses, the IRS will triple audit rates for those with assets over $250 million. It will also audit 10 times as many business partnerships with assets over $10 million. The agency has added 11,000 new positions over the past 2 years and plans to add 14,000 more by 2029. The newest positions will be funded by the Inflation Reduction Act. Now, as for everyday taxpayers, there's no need to worry. IRS Commissioner Danny Werfel says that audit rates on households earning less than $400,000 will not increase from their record low in 2018.
Depending on which airport you use to travel, this next story may impact you. A group of Washington area senators are trying to stop more longer distance flights at D.C.'s Reagan National Airport. There is some push and pull here. There's a proposal that would actually add 5 daily trips with destinations over 1,250 miles away. But some Democratic senators are pushing for an amendment to remove that section from the legislation. They say the airport already serves 25 million passengers a year when it was only built to accommodate 15 million. Proponents of the addition say these senators are really just trying to protect regional interests.
I'm almost scared to find out what the video is for this next story. A nudist tourism company is offering a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and yes, clothing is mostly optional. The Big Nude Boat from cruise specialist company Bare Necessities has an 11-day adventure that will take its passengers, quote, back to paradise. The destinations on the trip include the Bahamas and Puerto Rico. Guests will need to bring some clothes. They have to be worn in the ship's dining rooms. They'll also have to sit on a towel in other areas, including the stateroom. The boat, named the Norwegian Pearl, can hold around 2,300 passengers. That's a whole lot of naked people. Coming up in sports, Mardella softball hoping to stay unbeaten, but facing a tough Stephen Decatur squad. We have the highlights.
Plus, overcoming test anxiety, what students can do to finish out the school year strong.
And it looks like you're going to have a strong opportunity to enjoy some golf in the rain and the drizzle. And, well, let's just say it's going to be fair, okay? Partly cloudy skies. But be sure you wear all your clothes while you're out on the golf course.
We're Coast Country, and we're Delmarva proud.
Our soldiers are heroes who protect our country. But when they come home, it's up to us to help our heroes. Now, during FH Fur's Spring Into Giving campaign, for every $29 cooling system tune-up we perform, we'll donate that amount directly to Wounded Warrior Project. FH Fur Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical. Call 877-CALL-FUR or visit FHFur.com to schedule your $29 cooling system tune-up. And use hashtag SpringIntoGiving to share how you're giving back.
Every day, Washington politicians let the border crisis continue and do nothing. They fail the American people. Open border Democrats and status quo Republicans are both to blame. We need common sense leaders with the guts to get it done.
Typical D.C. politicians play politics instead of solving the problem. As governor, we fought sanctuary cities. Enough is enough. Secure the border immediately. I'm Larry Hogan, and I approve this message. In the Senate, I'll fight to keep our communities safe.
Looking for inspiration? Maryland's coast is naturally creative. Worcester County has art around every corner, down every street, and in every town. See our artisan creations in the galleries that aren't just in buildings. Experience our history in unexpected ways. Dive into our affordable museums with otters, mermaids, and boats. Take in free local music on our stages and off. In Worcester County, creativity is everywhere. To learn more and to visit Maryland's Coast, go to visitmarylandscoast.org.
We're here at Johnny Janosik's annual yard sale, and we've been preparing all month for some great savings just for you. How about a king-size bedroom suite? Bed, dresser, mirror, nightstand, and a chest for just $888. Available in black and in boxes, ready for you to pick up. We need to see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Bring your car, your truck, your trailer. You need to take it with you. See you then.
Yes. All right.
Ooh.
Who is Jacob Hard Eyes Winkface?
A boy.
A person.
A person? A special person? Maybe like a board?
I got your favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing. I'm gonna let it happen.
You're always there for them, and we're always here for you. Food Lion, here for every moment.
At 11, Delaware and Maryland's congressional delegations have announced federal funding to replace lead pipes and improve drinking water. Over $28 million has been awarded in Delaware and nearly $30 million in Maryland. Funding is available through each state's revolving loan fund. Maryland's lawmakers add that almost half of the money must become grants and forgivable loans to disadvantaged communities. Millions of U.S. children are living with anxiety, and this time in the school year can be a bit overwhelming with all those tests, quizzes, and exams. In tonight's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has tips from a licensed therapist on how to help students overcome this anxiety.
As the school year starts to wind down, the stressors may begin to pile up.
You have final exams and standardized tests, big projects, just a lot of things coming to a close.
Licensed therapist Jody Baumstein with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta's Strong for Life program says anxiety in children can lead to symptoms like stomach aches, headaches, irritability. It can push a child to procrastinate, withdraw, or isolate themselves to focus on school and the pressure they feel.
So it's just important to really pay attention to some of these behavioral signs that they might be struggling with some anxiety, but don't necessarily have the words to name it.
Baumstein says parents can help ease anxiety, offer to watch your child practice a presentation, carve out free time to give them a break from studying, ask open-ended questions to monitor how they're doing, and listen.
We want to just acknowledge and validate, yes, it makes sense to me if you're feeling nervous. I get that. That immediately puts their mind at ease because they see that there's nothing wrong with them for feeling that way.
Baumstein says these skills can build resilience and stay with students through adulthood.
It might be a test, a quiz, a presentation now, but it's going to be something else when they're older.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Today, Mardella softball trying to stay undefeated on the season, but facing a Decatur squad with a 14-3 record. Top of the first, runner on second, Ava Twilley whacks it to left field, bringing in a run. Twilley finishes the play with some hustle. An RBI double makes it 1-0 Warriors. Bottom of the second, Decatur has the bases juiced. Ava Snellsire bunts. The throw home is not in time. It's a 1-1 ball game. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Next batter, Riley Herzog lays another one down. Another run comes home and the Seahawks lead 2-1. And Decatur wasn't done. Twilley trying to get control, sends in a wild pitch, and the Seahawks fly home to build the lead to 3-1 with a lot of momentum on their side. but the Warriors able to close out the inning on the grounder to Twilley and limit the damage and keep it at 2. Top 3, runner on third, and Cameron Dorr lines one into the gap in left center. 1 run comes home. Dorr trots into second right there with an RBI double, and it's a 3-2 game. Still top of the third. Now with 2 runners on, and Carson Shockley hits a deep shot to right field. That's up against the wall, bringing in another pair of runs. Warriors take the 4-3 lead on the double. Same score, top 7, and Dorr blows the doors off this one. A 3-run homer to give the Warriors more breathing room. It's now 7-3. And then when Twilley gets in the circle, she leaves, no doubt, striking out the side in the 7th to clinch the 7-3 win. Warriors improve to 19-0. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
The UV Index Weather Report is sponsored by Ocean City Tourism. Somewhere to smile about.
Looking for fitness that fits your budget? Join Planet Fitness now through May 10th. Save big when you join the judgment-free zone for just $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. That's right. We've dropped our enrollment fee to just $1, so it's easy to start getting that big fitness energy. Never intimidating. Always free fitness training, equipment for every workout, and most clubs open 24 hours, so you can get in, get energized, and get going. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. Hurry. Deal ends Friday, May 10th.
When you're close to the land and the sea, you can taste the goodness. The historic Lewis Farmers Market brings farms closer to tables. Meet the growers, talk to the people that milk the cows, and pick the perfect peaches. Organically grown fruits and vegetables, sustainable meats and eggs, A2 dairy products, artisan breads, and fresh local seafood. The historic Lewis Farmers Market is in the George H.P. Smith Park at DuPont and Johnson Avenues in Lewis every Saturday from 8 to noon.
Pain and immobility take you away from everything you love to do. That's why at Pam Health Rehabilitation Hospital of Georgetown, our focus is to rebuild your life by providing high-quality, post-acute care to those who suffered from serious injuries or illness. With state-of-the-art facilities, advanced robotics, highly trained professionals, and the highest level of rehabilitation care. It's all about gains. Gain your movement, gain your independence, gain your life back. Pam Health Rehabilitation Hospital of Georgetown.
The day of the bridge collapse, my phone just started ringing. The ship struck the bridge. The Dolly was the last ship I was on. It was a punch in the gut. Losing lives is a tragedy, but losing our livelihoods was a disaster. It was a direct hit to longshoremen because if we don't have vessels, we do not have work. Your pay just stopped overnight. We're in trouble. I saw David Trone on the news.
We got to bring these dollars home.
Yes.
And we got to make sure that union labor builds this bridge. We got to keep thinking about those that have lost wages.
That's right.
Longshoremen are small businessmen. They still got mortgages to meet, food to put on the table. So we need an effort not to let that slip through the cracks.
1000%. To have an advocate speaking loud and speaking proud is David Trone for me.
I'm David Trone, and I approve this message.
After spending 800 days at the Brandywine Valley SPCA in Georgetown, Snoop, a 4-year-old dog originally from an overcrowded Florida shelter, has finally been adopted. Known for his sweet smile and playful nature, Snoop became a favorite among volunteers and staff. He was even featured on CoastTV as a pet of the day last summer. His departure to join a new family was met with tears of joy from the SPCA staff, who report that he's thriving in his new home.
And when he got to that new home, he went to all the other pets in the home and said, "I'd like to thank me." Anyway, all right, so let's take a look. Our Spicer Brothers camera in Salisbury. I guess you got to be online to get that joke, right? 69 degrees actually in Salisbury. And we're going to stay in the 60s actually for this evening. No problems with rain or precipitation. Our umbrella giveaway winner is Mark. Congratulations, Mark of Milton. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. Ocean City actually sponsoring our 5-day UV index. We're going to be at a level 7 for Friday, 4 on Saturday, 4 on Sunday, because it's going to be so cloudy and so much everything else. We have the small craft advisory in effect, and of course you can call our weather line at 443-880-9100 by Baird, Mandela's, Brockstead, and Federico. And here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is up next. We'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.